Hi, Michael Buffer here, and let's get ready for Stat Sports.
I'm super pumped to be back at Hofstra, hanging out with Matt, Sarah, my coach and mentor in life and everything else. Aljamain, teammates. So to be here with them, just to hang out and then also hang out, everybody from Hofstra, kind of where it all started for me. It's super cool.
You could flash back to the college Chris Weidman and give him advice on everything that would happen from then to now. What would you say?
To myself?
Yeah.
Like, what would I say to myself?
Yeah, a college Chris Weidman to you right now.
Holy crap! You're gonna do some things in your life you can't even imagine, because I had no idea I was gonna be living this type of life. From obviously like money and people autographs and coming here, like
doing these little interviews with people like me.
I had no hope. Yeah, I had no hope. I had no desire really to even do that. And it just it started becoming a part of my dream, not to have those things, but I fell in love with fighting, and then fighting ended up having those things attached to it. So I'll tell myself that right now you're playing World of Warcraft and you're having fun. You're doing pretty good at wrestling, but your life is going to get pretty exciting. Lots of ups and downs, but crazier than you could have imagined, yeah.
When did you know that was the dream, to be the UFC MMA fighter?
Honestly, I went down to Matt Sarah's Academy. I did 3 months of jiu-jitsu with the gi on. I went down, I did my first grappling tournament, and I beat all the guys, 13 opponents. I did the absolute division, which is like, every weight class combined, so big, small. And I submitted everybody, and I won $1,000. I won a championship belt, a $2,000 clothing sponsorship. And I had wrestled my whole life. I never made $1. Yeah. So, right.
Was that a big deal, the $2,000?
Oh, are you kidding me? I was so broke. I was living in my parents' basement, had a baby on the way. Yeah. I was making $12,000 a year as a volunteer assistant coach at Hofstra.
Yeah.
So to make that money, I was just like, I could do this every month and make more money than I'm making, doing my job and killing myself too. So it's like I just fell in love. I'm like, I love competing, and I think MMA is the absolute competition you can put yourself through, as a man. So I fell in love.
When I think of Long Island and I think of UFC fighters, I think of you at the top of the list. Baldwin, Hofstra, Nassau Community, all of that. Just what does it mean, Long Island, to you?
I mean, I've never really left Long Island, born, raised here. A lot of my family is all here, Nassau Community College, Hofstra again for my master's, my gym here, my whole fight career's Long Island. So yeah, everything about me is attached to Long Island. I love Long Island.
What's your favorite spot to go? Pizza, bagels, anything like that?
Man, I'm gonna offend too many people with this. This is, I got some good I got a couple places in Dix Hills. I don't want to mention names because honestly,
I understand.
It's not
a lot of politics.
Yeah, I don't want to get killed next time I go into one of these places. But Long Island, between the bagels and the pizza, I mean, you just can't beat it. No.
What do you want the fans to know about you? Like, if they never watched you fight before, what do you want them to think to describe you as a fighter?
As a fighter?
Yeah.
I'm a guy, I think I appreciate, I'm a guy that's only fought the best guys in the world every single fight. Win or lose, I come forward, I put it all on the line. I always risk everything. And I never asked for an easy fight, just always top 5 guys in the world for my last 12 fights. I got into the UFC super early, 4-0, and was always, right away, I was on the main card, and just short notice fights. And I took a lot of risks, and it paid off, Sometimes it didn't, but I still was able to accomplish my goals.
You talk about not taking easy fights. I mean, you beat Anderson Silva twice in 6 months. Just how do you kind of put that into words, what that whole journey and everything that entailed after it was like?
Yeah, no, that was surreal because, my goal was I never really accomplished my goal my whole life as a wrestler. I became a 4-time college All-American, but I wanted to be a national champion. And then I pursued my Olympic dreams to become an Olympic gold medalist. I didn't do it. I failed. And I was at a point where it's like, man, I'm a pretty good athlete. I've accomplished a lot, but I never actually accomplished my goal. And when I got into MMA, that's my goal. It was to become world champion. It was to beat Anderson Silva, and to finally accomplish my goal in one night. You know, beating Anderson Silva, knocking him out, and then also win that belt, world championship belt for the first time. It was a super surreal feeling. It was, you know, I finally did it. You know.
When you had that belt around your body after that win, just how do you describe what that meant?
I mean, I was in a sense of it was like a dream. It was like a dream come true. But it was like, you know, I knew I was going to beat him, but the feeling.
Why did you know you were going to beat him?
I just knew he didn't have what it took to beat me.
That's not arrogance. That's just pure
I knew
confidence.
It was meant to be.
Yeah.
I was on a quest. I was going to beat him. I was going to beat him twice, and there was nobody going to stop me. And yeah, so I knew I was going to do it, but then to actually do it, and you know, I thought I was going to submit him, but to knock him out, a guy who's never been knocked out, who's never been beat, especially on the feet, you know, it just was a crazy experience.
Crazy moment for sure. Thank you, Chris.
Thank
Have
you,
a
man.
good,
Appreciate that.
enjoy
Yeah,
tonight.
Thank you.